Welcome to the Jfsc Dads Premier League 25-26. We are here for the match between the Svkm'S Super Strikers and Jns Supremos. Match about to start. The umpires just checking if everybody's in place. Last minute changes to the field, adjusting the field before we start yet another exciting season of Jfsc Dads Premier League. First ball. That's gone down the leg side. Starts off with a wide. Jns Supremos winning the toss here and choosing to field first. That's another one gone down the leg side. You'll have to bowl that again. Pradeep Devani. There's Varun Sabu, who's opening the innings, and accompanied by Aziz Pirani, who is at the non-striker's end. Nicely played down the ground. Just a single. First runs with the bat on board for Svkm'S Super Strikers. And Varun Sabu's off the mark. Aziz Pirani taking his guard. It's a beautiful shot, first up, high up in the air. Where's that gone? That's gone for 6. What a way to start your innings. Aziz Pirani, quite a swashbucking batsman there, very confident. Took the ball on the full and hit a brilliant shot out of the park for 6. Wrapped on the pads, appeal, but going down leg side, it seems, from the umpire. No runs. Inside edge, just missed the stumps. Fielded there nicely on the boundary. So going to be just a single. Was very lucky there. Runs on the board in the first over. Good start for Svkm Super Strikers after being put into bat. Fuller delivery. Played on the offside for a single. On the pads, but slightly higher. It's a dot ball. At the end of the first over, it's 11-0. Nicely played and nicely fielded at cover. Starts off with a dot ball. Aditya Jain. Another dot that was slightly short and wide, but found just the fielder at point. Quick running between the wickets. A single taken and gets Aziz Pirani on strike. Slightly full, heaved on the leg side. It's in the gap. And that's nicely saved. Good footwork there on the boundary. And a couple of runs taken. Full toss, it's straight down the ground, straight to the fielder. Another single. So at the end of 2 overs, it's 15 for no loss. Short, try to hit a big shot there. And slight misfield. Just very lucky not to get run out there. It was just a single. Full and played on the leg side. Quick pick up and throw. Good backup. Another quick single taken. It's a brilliant shot. What a shot that is. It's got high and long. The fielder had to run behind it. And they'll complete 2 runs. What a brilliant shot that is. It's gone straight down the ground. And that's going to be 4 runs. Aziz Pirani looking in some excellent touch. Score moves on to 23 for the loss of no wicket. Full toss and taken. First wicket falls down. Pradeep Tiwani jubilant after being hit for a 4 and 6 in the first and second over. He's finally got the first wicket, and the first wicket for Svkm falls. Aziz Pirani has to depart for 17 runs of 9 deliveries. 23 for 1. Seen the replay, it was hit on the full. Could have found any other gap, but he went straight to the fielder there. And a low full toss, wasn't able to convert. A good sharp catch there at cover. And the first wicket falls for Svkm. Jay was the fielder there. Chirag Joshi is the new batsman in. Flicked away, straight to the fielder. A single to get off the mark. This is the end of the third over. It's 24 for 1. Aditya Jain to continue from the pavilion end. It's flicked away on the leg side. It's nicely played. The chase is on. Is he going to be stopping it? Unfortunately, no. Boundary of the first ball. Straying down and got the inside edge. Flew down. Good effort, but not able to stop the ball there. It's slightly dangerous area to field. Dot ball. Tried to play that on the onside. Good line delivery, good line and length by Aditya. Another dot ball. That's short and that's pulled away. That's gone all the way for 6. What a brilliant shot that is. He saw that pretty early. Rocked back and smashed it over mid-wicket for a 6. Down the leg side, called wide by the umpire. Good line and length. Dot ball. Slightly outside off stump and beaten this time. A dot ball to end the over. 11 runs off it. Scores 35 for 1. Kanavingurani to bowl the 5th. Nice long run up. It's good carry through to the keeper. Starts off with the dot ball. Good stuff here from the Supremos. It's flung away. What a shot that is. Where's that going? There's only one place. It's gone for 6. It's a brilliant shot. Put everything behind it, and that went all the way for 6. It's full, driven down the ground, straight to the fielder. Will be an easy single. Gets Chirag Joshi on strike. Short and wide. Called rightly so by the umpire. He'll have to bowl that again. Flicked away on the onside. Square leg fielder will cut it off. It'll be a single. Another wide. Good take by the wicketkeeper there. That's a dot ball. That's hit straight. Where's that going? That's disappeared into the trees there. What a shot that is. Another big hit in this over. Score moves on to 51. We'll wait for it to be updated. What a shot that is. It was full and straight and he gave that. Went all the way. You can see that again and again. Super strikers moving nicely. Scoring at a little above 10 runs an over. It's 51 for 1 after 5. Chirag Joshi batting on 12. Varun Sabu batting on 17. And the projected score looks like 204 runs at the moment. The current partnership's 28 runs of 13 deliveries. Quite a quick one as compared to the first wicket. Abhishek Pingle comes into the attack. Watchfully played square leg and squeeze a single from that, getting Varun on strike. Good pick up, but the throw was slightly wide. It's flung away on the leg side, but straight to the fielder. There's protection there for that big heave in case the ball wanders around middle and leg stump. There'll be just a single. That one's in the gap, but a single again. Interesting, he's bowling round the wicket to the batsman with the right armers. Played nice and late, but straight to the fielder. Trying to pitch it slide outside off stump and bring it in onto the stumps, not giving the batsman any room. That looks like the strategy for now by Abhishek. Straight to the fielder. And rightly sent back. Tried to sweep that, but got to miss it. A little bottom edge And that went straight to the fielder at short square leg. Full, and it's straight down the ground for another boundary by Varun. 7 runs coming off this over. Scores 58 for 1. Varun Sood comes into the attack, bowling over the wicket. Spun a long way. It will be a dot ball. That also bounced. Straight to the fielder, but good running between the wickets. It's flung away on the leg side, and that's disappeared as well from the bat of Varun Sood. What an excellent Varun Sabu. Apologies. What an excellent shot that is. He's striking it sweetly. Another shot. This time one bounce right in front of the fielder. Didn't connect that as well as he would have liked. It has rotated the strike and gets Chirag back on strike again. Slightly wideish, tried to drive that, play and a miss, dot ball. Slightly short and straight to the fielder. It's going to be the end of the over. Score 66 for 1 after 7. Strike rate's 9.4. Current partnership is a nice one. That's happening in the center there. 43 runs of 25 deliveries. Played late but straight to the fielder. That's left alone. It'll be a dot ball. Pingley, the captain of the Supremos, really like to take a wicket right now. Varun looking very dangerous. Falls slightly short there. Tried a big shot. Got an edge. Flew to short third. Falling slightly short. You can see his intention was to hit it on the leg side. Got an edge and falling just short of that fielder. Low full toss, it's straight down the ground. Good pick up and throw straight to the bowler. That'll be wide. He'll have to bowl that again. Abhishek. It's flung away. That sounded so sweet of the bat. That's gone for 6 from the bat of Chirag. It was right in the slot. And he picked it up beautifully. Just look at the ball fly off the bat. Excellent shot for 6. That one played late and will be a dot ball to end the over. 8 runs of that and the score moves on to 74 for 1. This is after 8 overs. So the projected score now shows as 185 and the second wicket partnership of 51 runs from 31 deliveries is by Chirag and Varun in the middle there. Small team milestone coming very early in the match in the 8th over. Played late, was trying to play that in the gap, but there's a fielder there. So dot ball to start the over. Varun Sood bowling the second over. It's good running between the wickets. Cheeky single taken there. Just need to check if the bowler's okay. It seems to be fine. Straight to the fielder again. Dot ball. You would have loved to put that away, Chirag. It's swept away high in the air and taken on the boundary. An excellent catch is completed there. Varun Sood gets the wicket. And Chirag, who was playing brilliantly, has unfortunately holed out to the fielder there at deep square. The second wicket falls down for 72 runs. The Supremos right back into the match. An excellent partnership of 52 runs. That's been broken now. Good catch on the boundary there by Lavish. Jns Supremos is the new batsman at the crease. Swept that fine and gets off the mark. Gets Varun Sabu on strike. He's batting beautifully on 31. Played watchfully at the start and has hit 3 excellent sixes. Dot ball to end the over. Just 2 runs and a wicket from it. An excellent over for the Supremos. Score 76 for 2 after 9. Aditya Jain comes into the attack. And that's ball slightly wide. Yes, it is wide by the umpire. It's edged, but it flies straight to the fielder. I'll stop there inside the circle. Just, be a single. Played late in the gap. Are they going to run for 2? Yes, they will. And we'll get that comfortably. Looking for 3? Not quite. It's straight down the ground. And a good stop at the boundary. Good effort there. That's called for by the umpire. So maybe some part of the fielder would have touched the boundary line. It was hit quite straight. It was a good effort there with the foot. But it's called for by the umpire. So another one played late and into the gap, but straight to the fielder at deep point. Be a single. Nine runs coming off this over so far. One more delivery. Couple of deliveries left. There'll be a dot ball. Just paddle swept that into the gap, straight to the fielder. Be a single to end the over. It's 86 for 2 after 10. As the players take drinks, the current run rate is at 8.6. The projected score of 172. Right, back after the drinks break, and we change ends for the last 10 overs of this game. Pritesh Magodia starting the 11th over. Starts off with a dot ball. It's played straight to the bowler. That'll be another dot ball. I wanted to hit it to the boundary at long off, but it's flighted and smashed through cover. But there's a fielder at the boundary. He'll stop it and just be a single. What a shot that is. It's gone all the way for 6. First ball after the break that Varun's faced. It was full and he smashed that over long off for a 6. Varun moves on to 44. It's good fielding. The non-striker was looking for a run. Rightly sent back by the batsman. Could have been slightly a difficult proposition for the batting side. The throw was wide, else he'd have been gone there. Just made his ground, as you can see in the replay. It's wide and pulled away, but mistimed. It's going to be a single to end the over. 8 runs of the 11th. It's 94 for 2. It's nicely bowled. Play and a miss. Just passes the outside edge. Varun Sood back into the attack. He's bowled 2 overs for 10 runs and a wicket. Oh, that was very, very close. Another play and a miss. He tried to hit that towards the leg side, but was bowled slightly outside the off stump and out of his arc there. Another dot ball. Good start by Varun. Will be a good contest now. It's flicked away, but just over that fielder. Will be just a single. Was very lucky there, Varun Sabu. He's batted brilliantly to be where he is right now is batting on 46 of 34 with a good healthy strike rate of 135. Gets the captain Jasdeep Singh on strike. And tried to sweep that. I think it hit the glove and gone straight back over the keeper's head for just a single. It's another wide throw. But there's a fielder there. No overthrows. It just managed to steal a single there. Varun and Jasdeep. That's short and pulled away. Straight down the ground to long on. Slightly wideish. Be a single to end the over. Very tidy over there. Just 4 runs from it. Scores 98 for 2. Start of the 13th. Hit down the ground to long on, and that's going to be a single. Will be another one taken down the ground. The runs have dried up slightly for the Svkm Super Strikers. In fact, the boundaries have dried up. Flighted again, a play and a miss. Pritesh into his second over. That smashed over mid-wicket, and that's gone to the boundary. Wait for the call. That's a 4. It's a brilliant shot. That was quite short, and therefore the taking. And that's Varun getting to his 51 runs now of 37 deliveries, 3 4s and 4 6s for Varun. It's been the mainstay of this batting so far. Pritesh into his second, nicely flighted, trying to squeeze a run there. Good running between the wickets. Excellent running between the wickets there, between Jasdeep and Varun. That's wide and straight to the fielder. Is that going to be run out? The players are jubilant. It was a direct hit, and we'll just wait for the replay there. Players are quite confident. It's a wicket. It was hit straight to cover. Slight misfield. I think they run for that. And that was direct hit. Excellent fielding. Excellent fielding. It's another wicket thanks to good fielding. And the partnership's broken. Jasdeep has to get back to the pavilion after Scoring 6 runs of 11 balls. Amit Kohli is the new batsman in. It's nicely bowled. It was flighted. He had to check his shot there. And no runs. That's the end of the 13th. Another tidy over by the Supremos. Just 6 runs from it. And the wicket to break the partnership. Scores 104 for 3. Current run rates at 8 runs and over. And the projected score now looks at 160. So it's been a good comeback by the Supremos after the break. They've been very economical. They fielded well. And bowlers doing an excellent job there. That's a brilliant shot in the slot. And that's gone all the way for 6. Abhishek Pingle coming back to the attack. And Amit Kohli smashing that. Look at that. Another shot hit straight down the ground. Where's that going? That's gone all the way again. Another 6 from the bat of Amit Kohli. Wow, he looks in some sublime touch there. Oh, it's cut away into the gap. That'll be just a single. And Varun comes to the crease again, batting brilliantly on 52. The super strikers would want him to continue as much as possible as he's striking the ball brilliantly. Take them to a big total. Another one full. And gone for 4. Smashed beautifully. The umpire waited to see what's happening, and it's going to be a 4, turning out to be an excellent over for the super strikers. What a strike that was. 17 runs of this over already. There's a shot hit straight to the bowler. I think he got his hand to it. I hope he's fine. And it was short, and you can see that it could have hit his thumb. And that hurts. It's a better angle. Yes, that's clipped his fingertips. That really hurts. You can see that in the replay. Instant reaction from the bowler. Getting some medical attention there. Nice to see that the bowler's all fine and we'll be getting on with the game. It's an excellent over this, 2 sixes and a boundary. Amit Kohli taking a strike against Abhishek. That's hit high. And that's hit long. It's a brilliant shot in the slot. Really easy pickings for somebody who looks like he's striking the ball brilliantly from the first ball. 3 sixes in this over. And Amit Kohli moves on to 19 runs of just 4 deliveries. Scores 128 for 3 after 14 overs. And that last over was 24 runs. Pritesh coming back to bowl. This is going to be an interesting contest. He's been quite economical. 14 for no loss. Bowls to Varun. Nicely flighted, play and a miss. That kept a little low for his liking. Hit on the full. Is it in the gap? That's straight to the fielder for a single. Seems to be a decent amount of dew on the ground, with the bowlers needing that piece of cloth to wipe it off once it runs on the outfield. Making some changes in the field there. Pritesh to Amit. Flighted but called wide by the umpire. It's another one that's nicely bowled. Getting some good loop in the air there, Pritesh. This one on the leg side and easy pickings going towards the boundary for 4, and that's going to be another boundary for Amit. He's playing a nice little knock here into his 20s and just faced 6 deliveries. Could have almost been wide, but played that nicely. There's a huge open space on the leg side. Slight miss of line there for Pritesh. Short and straight to the fielder. Dot ball. Lucky to get away with that. There's ample amount of time to dispatch it to a boundary for 4. You can see that. That was wideish and played beautifully for yet another 6 from his bat. So at the end of the over, the score's 140 for 3. This partnership is raced on to 36 runs of 13 deliveries. 5 more overs to go. Kanav Hingorani back into the attack. Full toss ball into the gap for 4. It's wide of the fielder at long off, and he's picked his spot beautifully. Varun Sabu, you can see that. That's right in the V for him to just time it into the gap for 4. And that for a set batsman is easy pickings. Short cut away and straight to the fielder. Gets Amit Kohli on strike. Require helmet there, Amit. So 145 for 3. And, soon after Amit Kohli came to bat for the Super Strikers, they've been racing away. And the projected score is now 189. So they've done a good job of this in the last 4 overs or so. Full toss ball flung away, but straight to the fielder. That will be a single. It's flighted into the gap, straight to that fielder, deep mid wicket. Managed to run a couple of runs. It was in the gap, and there's good running by Amit. Got back to the non-striker's end. Short and slight miss hit, gone towards the deep square leg. Fielder who comes running in towards the infield, throws it back to the keeper, will be a single. 9 runs of this over so far. I really stepped out there to heave it on the leg side. Unfortunate to have got the inside edge. Amit on strike now. Short and hit in the gap. That's nicely fielded. Managed to run 2 runs there. And the score's 151 for 3 after 16 overs. They're looking good, the Super Strikers, after being put into bat by the Jns Supremos. Are we going to see a change in the bowling? For all those who are watching and seeing the score race away, I have to tell you that this 4th wicket partnership is of 47 runs of 19 deliveries. So they're scoring at a very fast pace here as Varun comes into the attack. Slightly fuller, but straight to the fielder. Standing at a very catchable position there at short mid-wicket. Steps out, takes it on the full, straight to the fielder at long on for a single. His bowling is final over. Varun has conceded just 14 runs for 1 wicket. He's tried to pull that. That's high in the air. That falls a little away from the keeper, who's running behind to catch hold of it. It will be a single. He's very lucky there, Amit. Falling just short of the keeper, running behind. Not very easy, those catches. Checking his run up again. Again taken on the full and dispatched to the boundary for 4. An excellent shot there by Varun. Using some excellent touch. Moves on to the 70s now. With the score 157. It's time to take on the bowlers with only 20 deliveries left in the first innings. That's flung away high enough and handsome enough for 6. It was a beautiful shot of his bat. Really giving a nightmare to the bowlers today. It was full and hit straight and timed beautifully over long on for a 6. The fielder could only be a mere spectator there. 163 for 3 now. This pace, they clearly look at crossing 200 if they bat the same way. Another excellent shot. Another one in the gap. Another one goes for 4. Excellent batting by Varun Sabu. 4, 6 and 4 to end the over. So Varun Sood 29 runs of his 4 overs, and the score moves on to 167 for 3. The projected score is now 196, and this partnership is 63 runs from 25 deliveries. What a batting effort it's been. Amit Kohli is batting with a strike rate of 300, batting brilliantly on 33 of 11 deliveries. Just checking if the ball's fine. Yeah, I think the umpire's called for a spare set of balls. It's got quite the beating. These two have 9 sixes between them. And 8 fours. So a bulk of the hitting has come now in the last 5 overs. As Pradeep Tiwari comes back into the attack. We'll have to see what's in store and what sort of a target will the super strikers set for the Supremos. Inside edge and almost went onto the stumps. Was very lucky there. Rare dot ball too for Amit Kohli. You can see that. Bottom edge hit his leg and almost went onto the stump. Slight change in the field now. Short fine leg comes to short third. Short and was almost a play and a miss there. He's trying to hit it very hard. Amit Kohli just having a chat with his non-striker there. That's a brilliant shot into the gap for 4. That was full and within his reach. Struck that uppishly. Went through with the shot. What a brilliant shot that is. 4 runs to Amit. Slightly Yorker inland delivery and good work in the field there. With just a couple of runs. It was a good delivery. It was in the slot. Quite a Yorker end delivery. He was quick to pick that away on the leg side for a couple. That stayed low. And a dot ball to end the over. The score's 173 for 3. The end of 18 overs. 2 more overs to go. Looks like the medium pacers should continue with this. Have to wait and watch. What's that? Oh, there's a stumping given there. Oh yes, he's gone. That's brilliant glove work there. The dangerous Amit Kohli goes out. And Pradeep picking up a wicket. It's 173 for 4. Prateek is going to be the new batsman in. There was some brilliant performance by Amit. Stumped by Manan and bowled by Pradeep for 39 runs of 16 deliveries. Only 4 sixes and 2 fours in that innings. 32 of those 39 coming in way of boundaries. He's done a great job for his team. New batsman now. And it's straight down the ground. Straight to the fielder at long off for a single. See that. So smash down the ground. First ball. They've bowled quite full today, the Supremos, and in quite a few instances, the super strikers have taken that opportunity to hit the boundaries of the fuller deliveries. They'd like to bowl a few length deliveries, so could make a small difference. And the 174 for 4. Let's see if they're able to cross the 200 mark. They've got the danger man Varun there batting at 81. It'll be a cherry on the top of the cake if they're able to score 200, with Varun being able to score his 100. Stuff that big stages are made for. This one's going to be called wide. He'll have to bowl that again, Aditya. Shot, pulled away, and could have been 2 runs, but I think Varun would like to keep strike now, since he's the set batsman and's got 11 deliveries to make the best of this first innings. Couple of runs, single to end the over. 191 for 4. Varun batting on 96. And the Svkm'S super strikers having an excellent score on the board. Let's see what the last over has in store for all of us. Final over will be bowled by Pradeep Tiwani, making the changes on the field. Varun, who is excellent in front of square, striking it beautifully. And we have to also look at the line and length to stop him from scoring more runs. There's an appeal by the wicketkeeper. There's a play and a miss. That one stayed low. It's just a little away from his hitting arc. Good start to the over by Pradeep. There you see. Missed a step or two there. Full toss ball. It's gonna be a boundary. No, not quite. Excellent work on the field. Couple of runs there for Varun. The dugout thought he has already made it to his century. There's a fielder there. So quite a happy bunch, waiting in anticipation for the opener to score a century. Varun on 98. And 4 more deliveries to go in this over. It's a full toss ball, a play and a miss. How lucky that wasn't dispatched. Got the danger man on strike. Scores 193 with the last 3 deliveries left to go. That's smashed. That's smashed, and that's smashed towards the boundary. That's how he gets to his century, by hitting a brilliant boundary. And he raises his bat and helmet, and rightly so. An excellent century here by Varun Sood, taking his team to a good score after being put into bat. He batted brilliantly, and 9 fours and 6 sixes. It's been a brilliant innings to watch. Another full toss. Another one dispatched to the boundary for 4. Easy pickings for a batsman who's so well set at this crease. He can see the ball like a football. Look at that there. He's just seeing the gaps. Brilliantly played there. Deep cover region. Many boundaries have gone there. And waiting for the last delivery now. 10 runs have gone on this over. The Svkm'S super strikers have crossed the psychological 200 mark at 201 for 4. This is quite exciting. Umpire getting the due of the ball. Another low full toss. That's one's gone for 6. Good attempt on the field there by the bowler. By the fielder on long on, but That's gone a long, long way. What a way to end the over. 4-4-6. The Svkm Super Strikers end at 207 for 4. And when we get back after the mid innings break, we have the Supremos chasing 208 runs. Getting back to the action. A target of 208 for the Jns Supremos after they won the toss and put the Svkm'S super strikers into bat. And boy, did they have a good field day today in the middle with their opener Varun Sabu getting 112 of 63 deliveries with 7 sixes and 11 fours, along with Chirag Joshi and a nice little cameo from Amit Kohli. 39 runs, 4 sixes and 2 fours with an excellent strike rate of 243. Reaching 207 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. A good healthy run rate of 10.35. We'll have to wait and watch to see what happens. As the opening batsmen of the Supremos, Manan and Pratik, go on to the middle. As the captain Jasdeep setting the field. Just about to start the first over. Jigar will be bowling, and we'll have to wait and watch to see this exciting match, whether this will be a high run chase. Manan taking guard. Manan Gandhi and Pratik Chitalia will be facing Jigar Shah in the first over, bowling over the wicket. And first ball to be bowled of the second innings. Slightly short, dispatch to the boundary for 4. Easy pickings for Manan. That had given a lot of width, and there's nobody there on the boundary in the first 6 overs. A lot of fielders inside the circle. Easy pickings for the batsmen. Good confident start by the Supremos. Short and straight to the fielder there. First dot ball. They'll need more of these in the power play. Was nicely bowled and nicely played, watchfully played for a single as he gets off strike. Pratik to play his first delivery of the match. Good bowling, good line and length. Not giving much width to the batsmen to free their arms. Remember in the first innings, the super strikers had a lot of full deliveries to free their arms. Making sure this is not that it's a good batting pitch. It's a cheeky single. Managed to take it. Good running between the wickets. There's a lot of dew on the ground. You can see the captain using the piece of cloth that the umpire has for the dew. So won't be easy bowling. That's pulled and that's gone to the boundary for 4. He smashed that in front of square. Another boundary in this over. 10 runs already on the board. So the Supremos well on their way and within the run rate required. They would want one of the openers to spend a lot of time in the middle and score as much as possible. Mithal Joshi to bowl the second over. And he's bowled him first ball. What a start for Mithal Joshi. Bowling it on the stumps. The batsman looking to flick it off his pads. And it jags back in. What a brilliant delivery this. The first wicket falls for the Supremos. And the very happy super striker side there. For this early breakthrough. You know, it makes a lot of difference when you take these early wickets. Puts the pressure straight back onto the batting side because now they know they need to score at around 10 runs and over. Mithal Joshi to Pratik out bowled for a single. Jay Kedia will be the next batsman in. Batsman taking his guard. That's nicely bowled, watchfully played. He's bowling a stump to stump line. Mithal Joshi. It's the best thing to do on a good batting pitch. Not give the batsman much room. Bowl at a good length. It's difficult to drive. It's difficult to pull. And helps keep the run rate in check. The pressure straight on the new batsman. That stayed a little low. Be dot ball nonetheless. Driven away. It's into the gap. We'll look for two. And he's run out. Wow, that was a mix-up. He was looking for the second there, Jay. After getting off the strike, he thought his partner would come back. He sent him back, slipped on the pitch a little, and that was enough for him not to make it to the crease. Good pick up and throw back to the bowler, Mithal Joshi. And another wicket falls. What an over this is for the super strikers. 2 wickets straight away. The Jns Supremos. Really need to hold their ground here. 2 early wickets. Varun's the new batsman in. It's nicely bowled, watchfully played. Varun Sood, the new batsman in, facing the last delivery of the second over. It's left alone and ends with a wicket in his first over and conceding just 1 run and completing a run out. So 2 wickets in that over. It's 11 for 2. Jigar bowling his second over. It's going to be a single. Making some minor adjustments in the field there. Full toss ball. That's straight to the fielder, but manages to take that run. Be slightly disappointed with himself for not getting that away, Manan. But a single nonetheless. Rotation of strike is also very important, even if the boundaries don't come, as it keeps the scoreboard ticking. It's a call for LBW. Says no. Big huge appeal from the keeper, not much from the bowler. I knew that was probably going down leg. That's nicely bowled. Slight change in pace, bowling it right at the stumps. Batsman expecting a quicker delivery. Bats it back to the bowler for another dot ball. Another foolish ball in the gap. It's running to the boundary, but good run by Mithal Joshi there. Restrict the batsman to just the 2 runs. Foolish ball. It's almost going to attempt the drive. Will end up with a dot ball. Just 4 runs off that over. The score's 15 for 2 after 3. Jns Supremos require 193 runs from 17 overs, and the required run rate is 11.35. As Mithal Joshi, who bowled an excellent first over, is going to continue bowling over the wicket. There's Manan batting on 10. He paddles that away on the leg side, and that's going to be 4 runs. That was nicely played. He improvised that well. Thought that's going to be on the stumps, probably a little goodish length, and easy for him to just pick it up and play it fine for 4. So welcome boundary for the Jns Supremos. That's nicely bowled. It's a perfect line and length there. Just outside off, not giving much width. And the batsman playing it on the front foot, defending it nicely. Once gone down the line, it's going to be called wide. Just tried to pull that. Managed to complete the run. Single. Nice carry there. Beats the outside edge. Excellent bowling. Played nice and late, but straight to the fielder. Another dot ball. So apart from the boundary on the first delivery, this is turning out to be a pretty good over. Dot ball. An excellent bowling by Jigger there. 4 dot balls in this over. Bowling being very economical in the power play for the super strikers. That's it, straight down the ground. There's a fielder there. Manages to stop that, Amit Kohli, nicely. 3 runs off that over. It's 24 for 2. Mithal Joshi to continue. And he's bowled him. Similar delivery to how he got his first wicket. Bowling it stump to stump. Clipping the top off. And another wicket falls for the Supremos. Mithal Joshi and the super strikers on an absolute roll here in the power play. Picking up 3 crucial wickets. And tried to pull that. It was a little low to be pulled. Missed it completely right in front of the stumps. And losing his wicket there. Really unfortunate. Manan, who was looking quite composed in the middle, has to depart. Because the Supremos are 24 for 3 after 5.1 overs. Mithal Joshi. Oh, nicely played. That sounded really nice off the bat of the new batsman, Rahul. Supremos need a good partnership now in the middle. They cannot afford to lose more wickets at the moment. Oh, and misses the keeper. Is that going to go down to the boundary for 4? Yes, it does. We'll have to wait for the umpire's call. Let's see if it hit the bat or it's leg byes. 4 leg byes given. Welcome runs for Jns Supremos. Play and a miss. Excellent bowling and good attempt behind the stumps as well by the keeper. He's very vigilant, seeing the Batsman batting slightly ahead of the crease to negate the swing by Mithal Joshi. Good job there. That one's watchfully played. Slight change in pace there. Batsman defends it straight to Captain Jasdeep at cover. Just short of the fielder, shot mid-wicket. He tried to pull that, got it really high on the bat, didn't time it, and it just bobbed in the air for some time. But just shot. Very lucky there, Varun. The score's 29 for 3 after 6 overs. And it's been a good power play for the Super Strikers. Not so much for the Supremos. They would have loved to be around the 50 mark by losing a wicket or two fewer than what they have at the moment. But it's a game of destiny and perseverance, and you cannot say anything until the last ball's bowled. So looks like Jigar will be continuing and bowling his 4th over. It's been pretty economic. 3 overs, none for 17. And Mithal Joshi, his partner at the other end, 3 overs, 2 for 8. So hunting in packs, you can say, one being very economical, the other taking a lot of wickets. Rahul Agarwal on strike. This bowled at the stumps and defensively played, fielded back by the bowler for a dot ball. It's played straight to the bowler. Will be another dot ball. That was nicely struck. That will be called wide. We'll have to bowl that again. Cut away. Just slightly away from the fielder there. The batsman managed to run 2. Struck uppishly but into the gap. Comfortable single to deep cover. Flighted on the pads. A lot of change in pace for both the bowlers of the super strikers, making it difficult for the batsmen to adjust, especially when they are newer to the crease. That struck nicely, but straight to the fielder. There'll be a single. Sweetly timed. The end of the 7th over. The score's 34 for 3. We're going to see some change in bowling now. Kaustubh's the new bowler. Short, but played straight to the bowler. Gets the outside edge and goes for 4. Desperate attempt by third man there. Running to his left was a little far off from him. Welcome boundary for Jns Supremos. He went for that big heave and got the outside edge. As the saying goes, when you slash hard. Again trying to pull that one, hitting the pad and going behind the keeper. It'll be a leg by. In fact, that was an inside edge. Runs given. Short and played straight to short mid wicket for a single. Short and finds the bat, and it's a boundary again in this over from the bat of Varun. It was very easy pickings, played it really fine, found the top of the bat and the gap, and they're on to their merry way. Varun into double digits. Jns Supremos 44 for 3. One delivery left in the 8th over. They need a few more of those. That's nicely played. So Going to be straight to the fielder, but cannot stop the batsman from running a single. That's the end of the 8th over. It's 45 for 3. Nicely bowled. Starts off with a dot ball. That was another dot ball. He's tried to sweep that, but that was way outside off stump and really far away from the bat. A little bit of a risky business there. Cheeky single. It's Rahul back on strike. Played off the back foot, cut away. Straight to the fielder for a single. Good start by Raj. Just the 2 singles along with the 2 dots right at the start of the over. That one bounced and that one bounced a lot. It's a play and a miss. Could have landed straight on the seam, you can see there. And just took off. Little niggle for the keeper as well. Flighted and nicely played down the ground to long gone for a single. That should end the over. Just 3 runs off it. It's 48 for 3 after 9. Almost a cotton bowl chance there. It was short and Varun tried to hit that on the onside. Got the higher end of the bat there and almost got one hand to it. lucky. That didn't stick. Another attempt to cut the ball and play and a miss. So a dot ball. Just pull that away. It's in the air. False shot. One bounce to the fielder. Good throw back to the bowler. Just a single. You can see he's trying to get going now, Varun. Knows hanging in there is not going to help a lot. More than 150 runs required with half the amount of overs left. That's beautifully cut away. And that's into the boundary for 4. Rahul Agarwal finding a sweet spot on his bat. Score goes past 50. It's 53 for 3. Look at that. It's a nice square cut there. And he finds the gap beautifully. Got a good amount of width there. That was full. And looking back at the umpire, if that was wide enough, umpire says no sir, it was legal delivery. Last delivery to be bowled by Kostub. Another play and a miss. Dot ball to end the over. Good comeback after that boundary by Kostub, not giving the batsman too much width. So at the end of 10 overs, the Jns Supremos chasing 208 runs are 53 for 3. As the players take drinks. Back to the chase. Supremos currently at 53 for 3. Require 105 runs of 155 runs of the remaining 10 overs. You need 15 runs an over. Can expect some fireworks from the batsman as Raj will start bowling from the other end, from the pavilion end. He's bowled a tidy first over, just 3 runs. Varun Sood taking strike. 17 of 27, played a watchful innings while wickets fell at the other end. Tries to sweep that, gets an inside edge. This goes to no man's land. And the keeper's running for it. Are they going to take 3? Nope. It's going to be just 2. Flighted and watchfully played for a single. Full toss ball, flicked it away on the leg side. There's a fielder at Svkm'S that runs for it. As the batsmen complete 2 runs. Couple of runs again. They've pulled a good line in length. They've not given the batsmen much room. The super striker bowlers. Is Raj Rahul. Flighted and smashed straight over the bowler's head. Much needed boundary for the Supremos. He picked that one up beautifully. Good sound of the bat from Rahul Agarwal. You can see that. It was right straight and over the bowler's head. No chance there for either fielder. Getting the dew of the ball. That's short. Cut away. That's going to be 4. He played that very late. It's into the fence for 4. Much needed boundaries. Turning out to be a good over for the Jns Supremos. Couple of doubles, couple of boundaries. They really hope they can continue with this. A few overs, big overs in the middle, they could get to this total. Nice little partnership now. 42 runs of 34 deliveries. Last delivery of the 11th. Nicely played for a single. Keeps strike. And 67 for 3 at the end of 11 overs. Right then, Kostub Sawant bowled 2 overs. Will continue from the pavilion end. Quick single. He had some time to cut that off, but hit it straight to the fielder at backward point. So, Varun Sood on strike. Another nicely bowled delivery. There was a change of pace. Batsman had made room to hit it on the offside, but the change of pace ensured that the batsman would check his shot. This one, he gives himself room again. Play and a miss, another dot ball. This one's hit straight down the ground. And that's going to be 4. Excellent shot by Rahul. Much needed boundary. Looks very confident on those full deliveries. Hitting it straight over the umpire for a 4. Bisecting the fielders on the boundary. This partnership currently of 49 runs of 39 deliveries. So it's a good platform for Rahul and Varun to launch it. It's flicked away. Will be just a single. They'll be happy to rotate the strike as well. 7 runs of this over. They need a minimum of 2 boundaries and a few singles to keep the scoreboard ticking. Should hope to find a very big over a little later. They can get closer to the target as much as possible. It's another beautifully played shot. And straight to the fielder will be a single. And a single to end the over. 75 for 3. The end of 12 overs. The Jns Supremos requiring 133 runs of 8 overs. The required run rate's climbing. It's more than 16 runs an over now. And they need a few big hits. Seems to be some change in the batting. I think Varun's retired hurt. It's gone back to the dugout. And you have Lavish Kalsekar coming to bat. Full toss. Played straight to the bowler. Gets off the mark. Nice bowling by Raj. Bowling his third overs, conceded 17 runs. That's nicely played. Have to wait and watch if it's in the gap. Now it's straight to the fielder. Amit Kohli there. Returning a good throw back to the bowler. And they get overthrows. The advantage of running the first run fast is if there is a slight mistake in the field, there's a good chance that the batsman can come back for a second. And that's exactly what happened in the previous delivery. Fourth ball of the 13th over now to be bowled by Raj. Full toss ball straight to the bowler. What a catch taken there. Wow. Raj would have been astonished at first after bowling the juicy full toss. Thought that could have gone anywhere in the park. But that's gone straight to the bowler. And the batsman, who was well set on 29 runs of 19 deliveries, has to walk back to the pavilion. Fifth wicket falls down. So Supremos losing 2 wickets in 2 overs. The well set Varun Sood retired out on 22, and Rahul Agarwal caught and bowled by Raj on 29 runs. Out of all the batsmen, he was the best batsman there, batting with a strike rate of 145. There's Lavish Kalsekar and Kanav Hingorani at the crease. Rahul to bowl the 5th delivery of his 3rd over. Finally got a wicket for his efforts. Flighted, driven straight down the ground. So they're going to look for 2. Now that's a comfortable single. So 2 new batters at the crease. Played less than 4 deliveries between the 2 of them. They'll have to start rebuilding these innings. They're batting for a huge ask of more than 17 runs an over. beautifully bowled. It was flighted. He had stepped out, and the umpire's not given anything. Says the batsman was in his crease. Has that been referred? The score 79 for 5 after 13 overs now. Pratik Savani comes into the attack. He'll be bowling his first over from the pavilion end. Skanavhin Ingarani at the striker's end. Flicked off his pads to square leg. And a single, there's some backing there. Good fielding effort by the fielder at short square leg. That struck beautifully. That sounded brilliant of the bat. That's flying everywhere. That's a 6 as called by the fielder. What a shot that is. Lavesh Kalsekar really getting underneath the ball. Striking that beautifully. Right in between the deep mid wicket and the long on fielder. Short and on the stumps and played watchfully for a single. He'll need a lot more of those sixes. Boy, did that sound really well off the bat. That's nicely played, straight to the fielder. Deep point will be a single. As the batters rotate strike. That struck beautifully. That's into the gap. That was short and wide, and he timed that beautifully. Lavesh Kalsekar, another one gone across the line in this over. You can see that it was nice and short, and he cut that away to perfection. It was wide from the fielder. It was always going away from him. Welcome boundary for the Supremos. Short and slightly wide and cut away. Was that straight? Tried to steal a run there. And the bowler had hit the stumps directly. Umpire unsure. was alleged single, as confirmed by the umpire. $93 for 5 now. Play and a miss. Batsman asking for whether it's a wide or no, not given. That struck beautifully. That's into the gap, but straight to the fielder. That is going to be a single only. Lavesh looks like the guy for Jns Supremos, who's showing the intent to go big. It'll be best if Kanavingarani can give him the strike or continue in his partner's fashion. Raj pulling his 4th over. That's beautifully struck. That sounded sweet of the bat. And that's a 6 over long gone. Much needed one, just as we thought. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Jns Supremos. Boy, that was beautifully struck. Look at that shot in the slot and getting it. Another shot. Another big hit. I think that's gone all the way to back-to-back sixes for Jns Supremos and Kanavingarani. Look at that. This one was drifting towards middle and leg, and he picked that one up beautifully. In fact, this length was also very conducive for that shot. Captain having a small chat with the bowler there, taking some time off. Take a breath, get your line and length in place. So 13 runs of this over so far. Another big hit. Where's that going? Where's that going? That's gone all the way too. That's the longest of them all. 3 sixes for Kanav. And it's really spoiling the figures of Raj, who's been so economical in the first 3 overs. Getting hit for back-to-back sixes. Wow, do they need more of these now? With almost 20 runs required in every over, this is the way to go. Getting the maximums in. Raj just wiping off the dew to bowl his last delivery. We'll have to see where this one goes. Kanav and Lavesh making their intent very, very clear. It's got a bottom edge to it, straight to the fielder. And that's gone for 4. It's a misfield. That was a misfield, and a much needed boundary comes for Jns Supremos. 23 runs of that last over by Raj ends up with figures of 44 for 1. And he cut that away. That was straight to the fielder. Slight misfield there. Missed a foot or two on the ground there. That's the reason for that misfield. What welcome runs for Jns Supremos. They aren't complaining at all. 116 for 5 after 15. Looks like we'll have a change of ball. So the super strikers are well aware that they're in a good position, but they wouldn't want to give the match away so easily. This partnership is very important to break. What a brilliant shot that is. And taken in the deep. What an excellent catch there. Is that Varun Sabu? Yes, it is. The Centurion from the first innings. Taking a good catch in the deep. That was sweetly struck. This is wide-ish. He slashed at that. For a moment that looked that's going to sail over the boundary. But there was a fielder right there taking a nice low catch. And very comfortably taken as well, if you see. There he is. Nicely done. So the fielding complementing the bowling here for the super strikers. And just what they wanted, the danger man out. For he was almost getting started there. Lavish out for 13 of 10 deliveries at the boundary and a 6. We've got Kanavingarani at the other end, batting on 25 from 7 deliveries. Oh, that took off. Must have hit the seam and went slightly away from the new batsman. Navratan Bengani is the new batsman in at number 8. Another play and a miss. It's a dot ball. Similar delivery, pulling it wide outside off stump. Batsman not able to reach it. It's moving on the leg side. Looks They would love to slog it down on the deep mid wicket or the square leg boundary. The bowler up to the task. This one flicked away and gone slightly away from the fielder there. Good attempt in the field, but the ball finds the boundary as it pierces the infield. Boundary for Navratan Bingani to open his innings. It's a nice shot. It's flicked and slightly away from the fielder, was diving away to his right for the catch. Too late. Another delivery to go. The over started with a wicket and 3 dot balls and a boundary now. That's wrapped on the pads. Tried to flick that away. Going down the boundary. It's going to stop midway. Batsman manage 2 runs. We'll have to wait for the call. That's 2 runs from the bat. Scores 122 for 6 after 16 overs. Jns Supremos require 86 runs from 4 overs with required run rate of 21.5. There's only one way they would reach to the finish line today, and that's by a lot of hitting. Let's hope everybody who's watching gets a good show of that. We'll have to see who's the new bowler now. Looks like it's going to be Kaustubh. Small bit of chat between the batsmen in the middle while Kana wears the helmet, as there are a few pace bowlers here and the ball bouncing a lot in the previous over. They've really bowled a good line and length today, the super strikers. Not allowed much for the batsmen. They had to work hard and toil for their runs. That's shot and that's flicked away. It's gone to the boundary for 4. What an excellent shot that is by Kanav. First ball and boundary hit by him. It was slightly shortish and he's just flicked that away. It's a nice looking shot and timed that also really well. It races away to the boundary for 4. Short play and a miss, but that's missed by the keeper as well. It's going to be 4 byes. That ball missed everything. That was there for the pull. He went for the pull. Missed it, but so did the keeper. Welcome boundary. It's 4 byes. That one he tried to score again, but there was a change of pace and went straight to a third man that's standing slightly fine-ish. It'll be just a single. Navratan comes on strike. And he takes a single. Are they going to look for two? No, it's just going to be a single. That's beautifully played. There was width there. And that struck all the way for 6. It's been a beautiful shot. The moment that left the bat, it was going all the way for 6. Wow, what a shot that is. It's high in the air. Good 20-30 meters and into the boundary. They'll need more of these. Another beautiful shot, uppishly played. And is that saved? Yeah, that's nicely fielded on the boundary there. Couple of runs again to end the over. Score is 140 for 6 at the end of 17 overs. The required run rate still 22. And they require 58 runs now. In fact, 68 runs required of 3 overs. That's wide and have to wait for the call. Couple of runs there. So 3 runs. Amit Kohli's bowling from over the wicket. Spoil the first one's quite outside leg stump. Difficult for the keeper to pick as well. It's gone for 2 runs, 2 extra runs. It was a full toss delivery and almost missed that. That's a wide call by the umpire. Another couple of runs come. So 5 wides of this over already without a ball bowled. 143 for 6 now. Kanav comes on strike. It struck straight down the ground and taken. It was a miss hit, got it high on the bat. For a moment it blobbed in the air straight over the bowler's head, but no, it was on the pitch. And an easy catch completed by Amit, who picks up a wicket on his first delivery. What a match he's having. It's a great run with the bat and a wicket off his first over. His captain will be really happy. There it is, easy pickings. And unfortunate for him, Kanavingurani has to depart for a well-played 38 with 4 sixes and 2 fours and a strike rate of 292. That is the 7th wicket to fall. Sheel is the next batsman in. He's got a big task on his hand. Oh, it's a play and a miss, nicely bowled by Amit. Have to get through his overs. And captain trying his hand at another bowler. Most of his bowlers have done a great job today for Jasdeep. That's flighted, driven straight down the ground. There's a fielder there, easy pick up and throw, regulation single. They're more than happy to give away the singles at this stage. The Svkm'S super strikers. It's an edge and just plops in front of the fielder at point for a single. That's going to be a dot ball again. Two more deliveries to go of the over. Seems like a long one. Oh, it's flicked away nicely off his pads. Is that in the gap? It is, and they manage a couple of runs comfortably. Good running between the wickets as well, between Navratan and Sheel. Last delivery of this over. That's hit straight and will be a single to long off to end the over. 149 for 7. 59 runs required now of 2 overs. Quite a daunting task here for the Jns Supremos. They have one hope there in the middle. That's Navratan. He's hit a couple of sweet boundaries. And, can he pull off a miracle here? Require a great deal of hitting. Pratik Savani comes to bowl his third. He's bowled 2 overs, 19 for 1. It's gone down the ground, down the line, and it's going to be a wide, way outside leg stump. That one was like a loosener, and 150 comes up in the 19th over for Jns Supremos. Again gets an inside edge that's running away to the boundary. Is it going to go all the way? No, it doesn't. Stops just before it. And the batsman managed to run a couple of runs. He tried to heave that outside the outside off stump delivery onto the leg side, getting an inner edge. It's very lucky. Didn't go onto the stumps. Shot and pulled away again. This time a little more on the ball. This time it makes it to the boundary for 4. So welcome boundary for Navratan and the Jns Supremos. That was on leg stump. He gave it everything. There's no fielder behind the stumps. And short square leg fielder had to really run behind it. But the ball wins that race. 4 runs to Navratan. It's nicely struck. That's in the gap, but straight to the fielder. They run just one. Good fielding, good pick up and throw. 157 for 7 now. 51 needed in 9. And, short and just a single managed to be taken there by the Jns Supremos. Yes, the match looks like it's slipping away from them now. Really need a miracle to get out of this hole. Had won the toss earlier today, elected to field first. The Svkm Super Strikers had some other plans. They batted beautifully thanks to a century by Varun and posted a huge total. Struck straight but onto the bowler, and they're going to run 2 runs. It was nicely struck, but well saved by the bowler as well. The second innings started with some excellent bowling performance from the Super Strikers. They had 3 wickets for 24 runs in their quota of the 6 power play overs. Here's one excellent shot. Picked that up one right from outside off stump, but it's straight to the fielder. There's enough protection on the leg side so that the batsmen don't manage easy 4s or 6s. The bowling's quite a tight line as well, just outside off stump, so that again makes it difficult for the batsmen. All around an excellent performance for the Svkm Super Strikers today. They've really found their sweet spot with the bat and been very, very consistent with the bowling as well. Just 12 runs of that over as you enter the last over, where Amit Kohli will be trying to finish off things now. It's 47 runs required of 1 over. Sheel Vora. Slight hold up there. Batsman adjusting his view. Full toss, picked up into the gap for 4. Some consolation for Navratan here. It was a low full toss by Amit Kohli. play and a miss, and he has to depart. That's good stumping, good stuff behind the wicket there. And that was always going to happen if you bowl it slightly outside the off stump when the batsman's charging. And another wicket falls down. There's the charge, and very good glove work, as you can see on the screen. Regulation stumping done well by the keeper. Four deliveries to go and 43 to get. It's a matter of time before the Super Strikers end this game on a high note. Losing the toss, being put into bat, batting well, bowling well. They had a good day of cricket today. It's flung away by Aditya, but there's a fielder there on the boundary. Amit to Sheel. Another single which they wouldn't mind at all. The Super Strikers. This one's hit high in the air. High it is, and dropped unfortunately on the boundary, but collected well. And returned back to the bowler. Going to be a couple of runs. One delivery left now with Aditya Jain on strike. There goes. That's a flick again on the leg side. And they're going to run for two as well. The throw being not that great. And is that hit the stumps? That has. Run out of the last ball. The score's 170 for 8, and a comprehensive victory completed by the Svkm'S Super Strikers. They win this match with a good margin of 38 runs. The Svkm'S Super Strikers win by 37 runs.